What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben. I just took a shower. I dropped 25 in my rec league game tonight. That felt good. So we're going to watch some highlights and talk about Kingston Flemings, Atlanta Hawks rookie point guard, one of my favorite prospects in the class. I did an interview with him. He is the best. But let's talk about his highlights from the couple summer league games we saw from him. Just talk through them like we did for Darren Peterson and Cam Boozer. Appreciate all the support on those videos. Let's get into it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Appreciate all your support. Kingston caught in a pretty tough position here on the weak side between two defenders, closing out to Brooks Barnheiser, Bennett Sturtz. But Sturtz is definitely the more threatening shooter, and he's a bit out of position, and Sturtz just hits an incredibly tough layup, as he tends to do. First pick and roll of the highlight tape, and the highlights, especially for Flemings, is gonna miss stuff. So as always, keep it in mind. It is just highlight scouting, but good job by Flemings using jail and getting to midi. This is classic Kingston Flemings, using the screen, and he sees this space in the middle that Zuby's going to clear a little bit, gets to his 2-foot, like 12-foot pull-up. That's absolutely money for him, and it's going to be a shot he accesses that a lot of young guards, I think, aren't able to. Gets a man on a switch, lays it down, a couple nice plays in a row from Flemings, and he does a good job seeing the defense collapse, noticing a backdoor cutter, and passing on the move through contact. Really impressive play there, and he's picking up Bennett Sturtz full court. We love to see it. Random non-Kingston Fleming, though. I like his off-ball moving, but some interesting drives from Asa Newell in Summer League that at least make me raise my eyebrows. Nice little extra pass by Fleming. So that does end up being a Kingston play. Just a great connective piece despite his, really impressive on-ball ability, of course. More Kingston working in the mid-range, and it's cool to see him against Ade Mara, and they just miscommunicate. He gets to his spot, pulls up. The elevation he gets on his jumper is such a weapon. It is hard to contest that shot at that crazy high release point that Kingston has. I'm excited to see Flemings with the ball in his hands right now, because he's definitely not going to get as many chances this season with the Hawks, as they are quite, a good team that are going to compete. Another nice kick out for Flemings, bumps Ade Mara. I love all of the little things that Flemings do. Again, making sure that Mara can't close out to Zuby. Let's go. I love Zuby. He's an awesome player too. I'm very excited about this Hawks draft, and Flemings going to get screened away by Mara there. Flemings guarding Bennett Sturtz at the point of attack, and we're going to see him get pushed off the ball a little bit. He's definitely going to need to add strength to end up playing better against physicality. He's a physical player, and I think he can add a lot of muscle to his frame, but that's of course going to be an important thing to watch throughout the years. He is a teenager, or almost 20 years old. I think he's 19. So regardless, Kingston weaving through the defense, impressive play. He obviously can just hit the gas in transition, but I've seen him use jail a couple times in this game already. I've seen Kingston set quite a few screens and handoffs in this game. I like him just being physical, helping open up driving lanes again for Asa Newell, who looks like he's getting a nice touch shot right there. Wasn't crazy about him as a prospect, but definitely has been some nice flashes of him as a driving initiator. Again, another quick aside. This Asa Newell Kingston Flemings inverted ball screen offense is not necessarily something I expected to see, but I like Kingston setting real decent screens and Asa Newell kind of throwing Bennett Sturtz away, making some plays on the ball. I am, again, raising my eyebrows. I know Kingston had a bunch of blocks and maybe a steal in this game, so I wonder if we're just missing those on the highlights, or those aren't going to show up until later in the game. Just wanted to mention that because I want to give Kingston his defensive flowers, of course. This is, again, highlights, so you're not going to see that as much. Fourth quarter, Kingston Flemings going to get back in the game, and we're going to continue to see him work with the jail, get downhill, kick it out for another Zuby edge of 4-3. I love these bumps that he's hitting Ade Mara with. Clearly very physical, not giving Mara any chance to close out, and his handle is a bit high and loose. He's going to need to not play so high cut as he is right now. Not super bendy at all times, but I do think that can get better with, just improved flexibility, mobility as a whole. So that'll be something to watch as well, for sure, for Kingston. But you can see the kind of, consistently good decision making that he has. Kingston attacking the basket here. I wish they showed the beginning of this clip, but he's going to miss a shot, get the steal, and end up putting it back in. So one of his steals at least, but definitely going to expect Kingston to be a rough finisher as a rookie, and he is prone to just these difficult attempts. Jumps off 1 foot outside the paint, ends up being a same foot, same hand layup attempt over Ade Mara, and Kingston has excellent touch, but these are just incredibly difficult shots that he's taking, and I think playing more controlled, playing off 2 feet, just learning how to wield his speed a little bit better is going to be such a key for him going forward, but I do think that's something that a lot of young guards end up improving. Kingston gonna miss a 3 here. I need to check the 3-point attempts. I don't think he made a 3, or maybe he had one that I'm misremembering, but of course going to be interesting to see what kind of 3-point volume he can muster as He was more of a mid-range guy in college. That was it for that Thunder game. So let's get into this Hawks Jazz game, which we did the highlights for Darren Peterson in the other video. That video is doing great, so thank you all for the support on that. This time we're going to talk about Kingston Flemings, though, who didn't have the best scoring game, but did a lot of ancillary stuff. So again, we'll see if this one shows up. A little bit of struggle with the screen on this first play, but I think that's mostly just Darren being Darren. Here's another 3-point attempt from Kingston Flemings. Doesn't look the most comfortable here, catching in kind of a weird spot, hesitates a bit, ends up taking a fairly confident 3 over Darren, but those are going to create offensive rebounding chances, and Kingston goes for the ball and one for Darren Peterson, unfortunately. Little thing I like with Flemings is he's always been pretty good, like tracking cutters off the ball, being aware, like not letting a 45 cut slip behind him. Nothing comes of it here, but just something I noticed with him. Another key thing I'm watching for Flemings is his closeout attacking process, since he's not a super high volume shooter off the catch, but this is how he can win, playing decisively, jab stepping left, creating a bit of an advantage, sucking in a help defender, and passing with a live dribble for an open 3 atop the key. So even if he's not always taking those 3s in stride, and I think that's something that playoff defenses down the line can and will exploit, but he does have that stampede definitely in his game. Another near miss by Flemings at the rim, and again, I don't hate the process here, and the fact that he's so easily creating paint touches is a good sign to me. More jail and just probably goes a bit early, could have gone up stronger, played more physically there, considering his athletic gifts. So again, things that I do think players generally improve on, especially his talent level. Another nice one-handed pass for Kingston Flemings here. He's going to kick it to the corner for a contested 3, but a 3 nonetheless. Defenses are going to be comfortable for the moment, soft switching and going under Kingston. Even as he approaches the 3-point line, there's going to be space. So again, an area of improvement for him. We'll see how defenses cover him early on in his career. Nice skip pass as well. Really like that play from Flemings too. Kingston in the corner. Are we finally hitting a 3? Kingston does finally hit a 3. Love to see it. Hey, at least if he's confidently taking those corner 3s, we will take that from Flemings. Second half action, Flemings atop the key with a ball screen. Let's see what he does. Here he gets into his mid-range jumper. Again, we see defenses soft switching, going under, but that does risk Flemings getting into his pull-up. And because he moves so fast, he attacks north and south so quickly, forces defenses to backpedal, which gives Flemings all the room he needs to pull up. And again, that is a weapon that he has in his bag. You know, not the most efficient shot, but if you are really good at that shot, I think that's incredibly valuable, especially in the postseason. Those shots help open up shots at the rim and 3s for everyone else. Nice bounce pass by Flemings. Kingston, another 3 right there on the wing. Good to see him hitting and taking those confidently. Time for more fourth quarter Kingston action. He clears out the corner or the side, it looks like, trying to get Newell the ball posted up. Really nice action there. Kingston directing traffic up top. Kingston ran a ton of this ghost action at Houston with Emmanuel Sharp, Milos Uzan, and we see him doing it here. He's always so great timing these actions, baiting the defense with the drive, getting them at their weak point when they're still recovering back to the shooter, and that is enough space for NBA shooters. That wasn't always the case at Houston. Hawks down 4 with a minute 10 left. Let's see what Kingston can do with another ball screen, getting downhill, finishing off 2. Nope, but these are the kind of plays I want to see from Kingston, finishing off of 2. That's still definitely a tough play, and you could benefit from a bit more of a deceleration here, but still, I think better process and just rimming out and creates an offensive rebounding opportunity. So finishing is going to be something, and I think Flemings offensively probably is going to struggle as a rookie, but that is okay and happens for so many point guards. Unfortunately, Flemings could not hit the winner in regulation. Looking for a mid-range jumper here after the ball screen. Cody switched onto him. He gets a fairly decent look. The elevation allows him to get those off, but couldn't create enough separation off the dribble there. And we're going to overtime. Kingston Flemings redeeming himself, and I love all of these like double ball screens. It's usually not just like a straight horns double ball screen, but they send them in the waves. They send one ball screen, reject, send another ball screen. This time Flemings is going to perfectly thread the pocket pass to Zuby. That's an incredible finish too. But the spin on the ball is beautiful. The placement, Zuby doesn't have to stretch back to get it, and I don't know if that's a layup or a dunk, but that was a beautiful finish anyways. Kingston immediately getting up to press and almost stealing that pass. This time know Kingston Flemings is going to be clutch. Sidestep 3, but I believe his toe ended up being on the line. Absolutely brutal, but an incredibly nice clutch shot. And once again, quick closeout process. Darren Peterson, hard contest, steps by him, sidestep. Just a great shot from Flemings and a great way to end these first couple Summer League games. And I'm very excited. I'm going to be at Summer League, so excited for that. Hoping to get some fun content produced there. We'll have fun things to share from there regardless. But thanks to everyone who watched this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And thanks y'all for watching. Have a great day or night, whatever you're doing. I don't know. I'm so bad at outros. It's not even funny.